All right, so today we're going on a deep dive into budget smartphones.
Okay.
We're looking at the Lava Z4.
Interesting.
And we've got this review here from rechargemytopup.com.
Huh.
And, I gotta say, just looking at it, looking at the specs of this phone,
Yeah.
it's really got me intrigued. Like, is this thing a hidden gem?
Right.
Or is it just another, budget device trying to stand out from the crowd?
Well, what's interesting is that it seems to be punching, above its weight class a little bit.
Okay.
You got a 6.5-inch display.
Wow, yeah, that's big.
It's got a triple camera system and a 5,000 mAh battery.
Yeah.
That's stuff you don't always see at this price point.
You know what? Let's unpack that a little bit.
Okay.
Let's start with the display.
Right.
6.5 inches.
Yeah.
Pretty generous.
Yeah.
How does that compare to other phones in this category?
For budget phones, 6.5 inches is definitely on the larger end.
Okay.
So you're getting a lot of screen real estate for your money.
That's a good point, especially for watching videos and stuff.
Right, exactly. For browsing the web, watching videos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So let's move on to the processor.
Okay.
The brain of the operation here.
Mm-hmm.
It's using a MediaTek Helio G35.
Right.
What's that tell us?
Well, think of the Helio G35 as kind of a reliable workhorse.
Okay.
It's not going to blow you away with performance.
Right.
But it's designed to handle those everyday tasks.
Okay.
Browsing, social media.
Yeah.
You can even do a little light gaming
Oh, cool.
without any hiccups or, slowdowns.
Okay.
Obviously not going to be playing the latest, super intense, graphically intense games at the highest settings.
Yeah.
But for most users, it's going to get the job done.
Okay. So it's like a reliable commuter car.
Exactly.
Gets you where you need to go.
Yeah.
No problem.
Exactly.
All right. Well, the thing that really caught my eye, though, was this 5,000 mAh battery.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's got to be enough to last for days, right?
You're right to be impressed.
Yeah.
Think about it like this. You're on a weekend trip.
Okay.
You're streaming videos.
Yeah.
You're using GPS navigation, snapping photos.
Right.
You don't even have to think about bringing a charger.
Wow.
That's the kind of freedom a 5,000 millifarad battery gives you.
That's impressive.
Plus, it supports 18W fast charging.
Oh, nice.
So even if you do need to top up,
Right.
you're not tethered to the wall for hours.
That's awesome. No more battery anxiety.
Right, exactly.
Okay, let's talk cameras.
Sorry.
So triple camera systems, they're becoming pretty common now.
Yeah.
But what's the deal with this setup?
Oh.
You got a 13MP primary lens,
Mm-hmm.
5MP ultra wide, and then a 2MP depth sensor.
Yeah.
Is that all marketing, or is there actually some substance to that?
So it's definitely designed to appeal to people, who like taking photos,
Okay.
especially at this price point.
Yeah.
So let's break it down.
Okay.
13MP primary lens, that's your workhorse. Yeah. For everyday shots.
Mm-hmm.
You can expect decent image quality, especially in good lighting.
Okay.
The ultra-wide lens lets you capture more of the scene.
I like that.
So you can get those landscapes.
Yeah.
Or fit everybody into a group photo.
Right.
And then the depth sensor that helps create that blurry background.
Yeah.
Like that bokeh effect
Oh, cool.
for portraits.
All right, so you're getting a pretty versatile camera setup here.
Yeah, for the price, it's pretty good.
But, the million-dollar question is, how much does this all cost?
Right.
I mean, we've been talking about all these impressive specs.
Yeah.
But it wouldn't be a budget phone.
Right.
Without a budget-friendly price, right?
Exactly. So
Okay.
get ready to be surprised.
Okay.
The Lava Z4 retails for just INR 8,999,
Okay.
which translates to roughly 120 US dollars.
Wow, that is incredibly affordable.
Yeah.
Even for a budget phone.
It is.
Are we missing something here?
Right.
What are the compromises?
Well, that's the question, isn't
Yeah.
it? I mean, while the specs look great on paper,
Right.
there are probably some compromises to reach that price.
Yeah, what do you think?
Maybe the display resolution isn't as sharp as higher end models,
Right.
or the camera might struggle a little bit in low light.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe a few trade-offs,
Right.
but for that price, it's hard to complain.
Yeah, tough to argue with that.
But there's one more thing we got to consider,
Yeah.
and this seems to be the elephant in the room here.
Okay.
Availability.
Right.
This phone,
Yeah.
it's not exactly widely available, is it?
No, the Lava Z4 is primarily available in India.
Okay.
So that's a pretty significant factor for,
Yeah.
Yeah. potential buyers elsewhere.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that limited availability.
Yeah.
That is really interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you think that says about the, global smartphone market? Are we missing out on some great budget options here.
It definitely makes you wonder.
Yeah.
Are there other hidden gems like this?
Right.
That are being developed and sold in, different regions?
Yeah.
That we just, never even hear about.
Right, exactly.
I mean, it really speaks to how diverse
the
smartphone market has become.
And maybe how competitive it is, too.
Oh, absolutely.
Because if companies like Lava are pushing the boundaries like this at these lower price points,
right,
it puts pressure on the bigger brands to keep innovating and offering, competitive prices everywhere.
It's a ripple effect.
I like that, a ripple effect.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've talked about the performance battery camera.
Yeah.
The review also mentions a simple but elegant design.
Okay.
Glossy finish water drop notch.
Right.
Is that pretty standard these days?
Yeah. I mean, it seems to be following current design trends.
Yeah.
The glossy finish can be a bit of a fingerprint magnet.
Ah, yeah, that's true.
But it does give it that premium look, which a lot of budget phones are going for.
Yeah, it makes sense.
And that water drop notch is a popular way to, maximize screen space.
Right.
While still having that front-facing camera.
Okay, so no major design faux pas there.
No, not really.
But what about the software?
Okay.
The review says it's running Android 10, which, isn't exactly the newest version out there.
Right.
Is that a deal breaker?
Well, it depends.
Okay.
Yeah, on your priorities.
Yeah.
I mean, Android 10, it's still a functional operating system.
Yeah.
But it's a couple of versions behind now.
Right.
So you might miss out on some of the latest features.
Okay.
Security updates, performance improvements.
Right. And the review did mention that Lava has promised an update to Android 11.
Yeah.
But no specifics on when or even if that'll actually happen.
Exactly.
That would definitely be a concern for me.
Yeah.
I rely on my phone for a lot.
Right.
And staying up to date is really important.
I agree.
Yeah.
Software updates are crucial. For both security and functionality.
Right.
So it's definitely something potential buyers should look into.
Okay, so it sounds like the Lava Z4.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a mixed bag.
Kind of, yeah.
It's got some impressive specs for the price. But that older software and the limited availability are definite drawbacks.
For sure.
What do you think is the biggest takeaway here for our listener?
I think the key takeaway is that there's a lot of innovation happening in the budget phone market.
Yeah.
Even if we don't always see it.
Right.
In every region.
Yeah.
I mean, the Lava Z4 shows that you don't have to spend a fortune to get a phone with decent performance.
Yeah.
A great battery.
Yeah.
A versatile camera.
It really challenges that assumption that budget phones have to be basic.
Exactly.
Or lacking in features.
It's not true anymore.
That's a great point.
Yeah.
It really broadens our perspective of what's out there. But it also raises some interesting questions.
Okay.
For example, if you could get your hands on the Lava Z4, would you consider it as your next phone?
That's a tough one.
Yeah.
I mean, the price to features ratio is tempting.
Right.
But that software situation would definitely be a concern for me.
Yeah.
I'd have to weigh that against my budget and, how important having the latest software is.
Right.
What about you?
Honestly, I'm on the same page.
Yeah.
The price is fantastic, and those specs are hard to ignore.
Right.
But I'd need more information about the Android update before I could make a decision.
For sure.
And I think that leads perfectly into a question for our listener. So if the Lava Z4 were available where you live, would you consider it? What features are most important to you in a smartphone?
Yeah, that's a great question for listeners to think about.
Yeah.
It really boils down to your individual needs and priorities.
Yeah.
Are you someone who needs to have the absolute latest software and features?
Right.
Or are you more focused on practicality and value?
It's like choosing between a brand new car with all the bells and whistles.
Right.
Or a reliable used car that gets you where you need to go without breaking the bank.
Yeah.
Both have their pros and cons. The right choice just depends on your needs.
And I think the Lava Z4 is a good example of a phone that might not tick every box.
Right.
But it offers a really compelling combination of features for the price.
Yeah.
It forces us to think about what we truly value in a smartphone.
And maybe it even encourages us to look beyond the big brands and explore some of those lesser-known options.
Right.
There might be a hidden gem out there that perfectly fits your needs.
Exactly.
Just like the Lava Z4 seems to for a certain segment of the market.
Absolutely. And this deep dive has really highlighted how diverse this smartphone market has become. There's something out there for everyone.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of finding the right fit.
Well said. So, while we might not all be adding the Lava Z4 to our shopping carts today, we've hopefully gained some valuable insights from exploring this unique device. It's a reminder that innovation can come from unexpected places.
Absolutely.
And that there are always new and exciting options emerging.
Yeah, it keeps things interesting.
It does. And on that note, we'll wrap up our deep dive into the Lava Z4.
Right.
We hope you enjoyed this exploration.
Yeah, thanks for listening.
And we encourage you to keep digging. Keep questioning.
Yeah.
Keep discovering those hidden gems in the world of technology.
Absolutely. Until next time, happy exploring.
See you in our next deep dive.